What is up, guys? My name's Ali. Welcome to the breakdown of the awesome Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies reveal trailer. Now there's loads of stuff to cover within this breakdown video, but if you haven't seen the original Zombies trailer, there'll be a link on screen and in the description. Watch that first. Feel free to leave a comment on that video and like that video, then come back to this breakdown video. It'll make a lot more sense rather than watching this first. But before I get into the breakdown of this trailer, I want to go through some new game modes that were released at the same time as the reveal trailer. And it will help to explain some of the things we're actually seeing within the trailer itself. Now, if you're new to my channel, this is a good time to subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest Black Ops 2 news and of course gameplay once the game's released on November the 13th. And if you feel this video has been informative and you've enjoyed listening to it, then hit the like button on this video as well. All the support is really appreciated. But let's jump into the information about the new game modes first. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet for you guys. There are 3 new zombie game modes, one called Transit, one called Survival and one called Grief. Transit is essentially the same game mode we're used to playing within Black Ops 1 Zombies, except it's based on a huge map, the largest map we've ever seen for zombies, larger even than Moon, which is the final map on Black Ops 1 Zombies. So we're going to have lots of fun running around the map, trying to explore all of the locations. Survival mode is more designed to be linear in terms of you can only visit certain parts of the map, and you're going to be going from one part to the next part, and you're going to be sort of limited in terms of which parts you can explore while playing that map in survival mode, but it's going to be fun nonetheless. And then the final one, which we know of at the moment, is Grief, and this is a game that I've already talked about before, where 8 players can play on the map at one time, with 4 guys playing against another 4 guys, with both teams battling out trying to be the winner. Now if I get more information on these game modes or any additional zombie game modes, I'll keep you guys updated in a future video, but let's get into the trailer breakdown. So the first thing to explain is the reason why there's ash in the sky, why it's dark, why it's fiery, and that's because we are on Earth at the moment, and it carries on from the storyline taken from the final Black Ops 1 Zombies map, Moon, where right at the end of the Easter egg, you actually sent a rocket to Earth. The Earth basically was set on fire, or parts were exploded, and it's continuing on from that theme and the fact that the Earth is on fire currently. Now this is the first interesting part of the trailer, as we get to look at some of the guns within Zombies. We get to see guns that are both from the past and from the future from 2025, so there's going to be a mix of guns within Zombies. We're not yet sure whether or not the Zombies mode will be based in either time period. Treyarch haven't confirmed that, but we do get to have a look at the Olympia from Black Ops 1, which is awesome. Next up, we get to see one of the brand new characters within Black Ops 2 Zombies. This is a female character actually taken from one of the first Black Ops 2 zombie images we ever saw. From this poster, this is the exact same character. We're unsure of the name. Some people think it's Samantha, some people think otherwise, but it's one of the first new characters within Black Ops 2 Zombies. Next up is something I don't think a lot of people have spotted because it's very hard to actually see, and not a lot of people will have realised this, but normally crawler zombies from Black Ops 1 and World at War only existed once you did some damage to that zombie, it lost its feet and then it crawled along the floor on its stomach. However, this zombie is clearly on the floor on its stomach, but it still has its feet, so I have to assume that this is a new form of zombie. Now I've already seen the new woman character within Zombies, and now we get to see another new male character. I believe this is going to be the stereotypical geeky character. He's got that complicated watch on, what looks like a calculator and some pens in his upper pocket on the front of his chest, but in a minute we actually get to see all 4 characters together in one image. So we get another look at the female character and then all 4 characters together in one image. One thing I've noticed is the fact that the female character never shows her eyes or never fully shows her face. Her cap throughout the trailer is constantly covering that part of her face. I'm wondering why this may be. Perhaps there's something wrong with her that she doesn't want other people to see. Maybe that's why she's constantly wearing the cap. I'm not too sure, but for some reason she is constantly trying to hide her face. A few of the characters are holding the AK-74U, which is very cool, and this is a very important image because the front of the bus here has nothing on it. However, if we go back to the image I showed you guys yesterday, we can clearly see that the front of the bus has some form of wooden ramming system on it, which clearly you have to upgrade and actually add to your bus, which is awesome news. This is really exciting. I'm looking forward to this because that basically means you can upgrade the bus that you travel around with as you play throughout the level. I'm assuming this is some sort of point system where you can spend some of your points to upgrade the bus. Perhaps there's extra protection, of course the extra ramming device on the front, and lots more awesome things I can't wait to see and unlock. Now as the trailer progresses, we get a first look at the overview of this zombies map, and obviously it's very large because this is just one section, the first section in fact of the zombies map, and this links back into the game mode I was explaining at the beginning, the survival game mode, where you're on a set path and you traverse across the map on this given route, and this is what's happening in the image here. Then we get to see zombies falling off the roofs of buildings and running at the players, and there's also a truck in the background, and if you look at it at first glance it shows very little information at all, except for the fact it is identical to the truck I showed you guys in the image yesterday from the Black Ops 2 video I did covering 2 new images, and it's actually the exact same truck from Nuketown from Black Ops 1, and for some reason this truck constantly appears in the trailer. It's in different positions all the time, but it doesn't seem like it can actually be controlled or moved around. Maybe it can, or maybe they just have loads of these trucks on the map for no reason at all. But for those of you guys that don't know, Zombies is getting its own Nuketown map for everyone that pre-orders either the Hardened or Prestige edition, and I guess there may be some sort of link between the two maps. I'm not too sure. I'll keep you guys updated if I find any more information on that. In the next scene here we get to see zombies running through the diner. We've already seen a sign of the diner outside the building, but if you pause really quickly on this part of the video, they've actually changed the lettering so that certain letters are lit up, so it actually says now die rather than having just diner lit up, so that's just a funny little Easter egg within the trailer. Next we get to see one of the futuristic shotguns in action here, but if you don't look at this image very closely you can easily miss the actual perk machine at the back of this room here. This is actually Speed Cola, so that's returning from previous Zombies games, which is awesome. As the trailer progresses, there's 2 interesting things within this image that are very easy to miss. On the right there's something there, it's got some sort of pattern on the metal object below the light. I think it's some sort of car, I'm not too sure, but it's definitely some sort of large object within the room which they haven't shown clearly within the trailer. But to the left you can clearly see a car door, so the belief that the right hand side object is a car is probably pretty accurate, but it's been confirmed that within Zombies you can now collect items around the map and forge them together to create different weapons, different tools, and that door on the left hand side comes up again later on in the trailer. Here as the trailer progresses we actually get to see the second section of this map, which is obviously a very large map as I've already said, and then we get to a really interesting part of the trailer where we can see for the first time that max ammo will be back in the game, which is awesome, and there's also light inside the barn right in front of the female character, but upon closer inspection that is simply just a torch or lantern within the barn, it's nothing special. And then again that truck that I mentioned earlier on, very weird, shows up again within the trailer. We then get to see even more zombies swarming the players, coming from the ceiling, coming from the roofs of the barn, and then we go to the third section of this map and we actually get to see something really cool, because this is another area which is taken from the image I showed you the other day. I wasn't too sure if the 2 images were separate maps, but clearly they're the same, it's just a different part of this very large map. And again we get to see this truck in the wall. It's the exact same section of the map which was shown within the image, and it shows the trailer coming through the wall for some reason. I really want to know what this trailer is all about, but for the moment I don't have any details on it, but once I find out I'll let you guys know. Next up here we get to see riot shields within Zombies, which is a brand new feature, really exciting, but notice how it's been made up of several pieces of items, including that door which was shown earlier on in the trailer, which is awesome. Obviously if you want something really cool like the riot shield, you're actually going to have to go around the map, all the different sections, and pick up the right pieces of equipment to forge it together before you can actually go and use it. Next up is something really cool which was only in the trailer for a split second, so you probably missed it the first time round, and that's a brand new electrical static zombie. As you can see here it looks really creepy, really cool. I'd assume it'd be a boss zombie or at least a harder than normal zombie, and just after this screen cuts away you actually get to see lightning in the sky in the trailer, so I assume it is definitely something electrical related. Here we simply see the bus stopping over what looks like to be some sort of lava pit, and I really don't understand why the bus would stop here. My only assumption is that you can maybe drop through the floor of the bus to an additional area, maybe a secret area. I'm not too sure, but it stuck out to me and kept on making me think each time I saw this clip why the bus was stopping over a lava pit. Perhaps we'll find out in the near future. Definitely something to think about. Something really cool which they show off in the next part here is the fact that you can actually climb up a little ladder and get onto the roof of a bus and protect the bus from the roof while it's moving around, which is really cool. You get to see the zombies on the roof here, some of the characters moving around, which means you can protect the windows, and you have to protect the top of the bus as well. So it's definitely a challenge when you're in that bus, being in such a confined small area. It's good to get around the map quicker, but of course you're more susceptible to being attacked to zombies in this smaller position. Next up here is a really cool image I found on Digital Warfare 24/7, so shout out to them for putting this image together, and it actually takes the 4 images we've seen of the overhead view of a map to give you an idea of the scale of a map. It looks like the bus will actually go in a circular pattern, so you can go on this route several times if you so wish. That's definitely a really cool image there to look at. In the background here is some sort of green device. I'm not sure what it is, but it stuck out to me. Maybe you guys can leave a suggestion in the comment section below. We're coming towards the end of the trailer breakdown here. I hope you guys have really enjoyed as we see hundreds of zombies swarming the players, but don't leave the video yet because this is the most exciting part, and we actually get to see the first brand new wonder weapon in action for the very first time. It looks epic, needs 2 hands to hold, and as you can see here, the power and the gauge build up and then a large explosion. It's very similar in some way to the thunder gun. Perhaps again you have to find items across the map to put this wonder weapon together. That'd be a challenge, but also really fun at the same time. But this marks the end of my breakdown for the Black Ops 2 Zombies trailer. Spent hours and hours today putting this together for you guys and making sure I wasn't missing any of those little details. Also, the Golden Joystick Awards is still going on, and if you haven't voted yet, there'll be a link in the description to do so. You can also check out some awesome brand new Allier t-shirts, jumpers, hoodies and iPhone cases with a link in the description. If you've enjoyed, spend a second clicking the like button and perhaps add it to your favourites if you want to watch it again. I'd really appreciate it if you guys do that. If you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, definitely do that. I'll be keeping you guys up to date with the latest Black Ops 2 news leading up to its launch on November the 13th this year. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you on one of my future videos.